Going on, family? Welcome to another edition of Black Knight Mustang. I'm supposed to have been made this video, but I hadn't had time, so I don't want to hear it. Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about, is it a good idea to be an owner-operator, lease owner-operator, and also a regular owner-operator? So, I'm going to say right now, no, because the rates are like underneath the floor. I don't know what's this on my camera. Anyway, this the new phone, so best to do a good video on this one. So anyway, so let's start off. So why did I switch from owner operator to company driver? Okay, it was going good of last year, but when I came back, let's see, y'all know I did DoorDash. I did DoorDash around Christmas time and New Year's time. And when I came back, because I had to wait on my tag, they didn't have my tag, remember? So, and then the first came in, I just didn't go back out till after the first. When I came back, the rates dropped down. I mean, really, the rates was really terrible. And when you're paying, like, my truck payment and everything wasn't that high. It was reasonable compared to some of these companies. I had a 2016 D13 Volvo. And my payments for trailer payment, insurance, escrow, and everything was looking at about $1,100 to $1,200 a week. That's not bad, because some of these, that's for truck payment, all the other little hidden charges they was charging. That's what I was paying. Now, you got some of these companies out here, they paying like $2,000. Like the truck might be $1,000 time you add trailer around if they got trailer around, all the little odd and end things they add, but it beat you in the head with. With the hidden charges is what gets you. But anyway, so before the new year came in, the people that I'm talking about had them $2,000, $1,800 payments a week. I'm talking about a week now. We're not talking about a month. Going through a company, you don't pay it monthly, it's weekly. Them guys was turning in their trucks around Thanksgiving and before Thanksgiving, because fuel had shot up so high, they wasn't making no money. Oh my God, fuel was out of the roof. Depending on where you was running, somewhere between $5 to $6 to $7. One time I went to Pennsylvania, I like to cry. That thing was $7 a gallon for fuel. So it was really ridiculous. So anyway, so we came back out and we ran and we looked at the race and we was like, man, oh my God, the race was like terrible, terrible. Now, I thought about it. So what was happening, I was staying out 2 and 3 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks. So what I would do to come out of the hole, because I would be in the hole for fuel and all these deductions and charges, I would run a load to Florida, but it was hurting me. Like I would come out, I wouldn't be in the hole. I never was in the hole with the company, but I wouldn't make much money. I'd see like $400, $300, $500 out there, everything. And then I got a deadhead out of Florida. And when I deadhead out of Florida, then I'm looking at losing a day. Especially when I'm way down in Miami, because that's where you're going to get loads paid good going towards Miami or Tampa or something over there. Then you got deadhead, you're going to lose a day deadhead now. Even with this company right here, I'm in Florida now, Jacksonville, Florida. I got deadhead to Savannah. Because, you know, it just ain't no freight good paying. It's worth the waste of time trying to get loads from Florida. So anyway, I come outside and lost a day. And here I am, you know, company drivers, they making more than I'm making. And I'm the owner operator here. So I'm supposed to be making 2 times more than what they making. I said it was time to turn back in the truck. I came back to my old company I was working for last year. And, you know, now it was a big headache because I had to look up my loads and every load that I was sending to the company, because they changed their name. That's where they hurt themselves and the drivers. They changed their name and it made it look like they was a new company. I'm gonna give me something to drink. Anyway, I'll finish this video. Anyway, so it made it look like they was a new company. So what had happened, so when I was sending them 15, I'm literally talking 15, 20 loads, maybe 25 or 30 loads a day. Can I get this one? No, we can't get this one. We can't deal with that broker. The broker don't work with us. And you know, that was a headache. Oh my God, my head was hurting so bad. Whew, it was a big headache. So I'm doing this every day when I'm out here looking for a load, sending 15, 20, 30 loads and getting turned down. Maybe get one that ain't paying enough or too heavy. It's like you just can't win. BKM, you just cannot win. And I said, you know what? It's time to turn the truck back in and come back a company driver. You know, the funny thing about it is, y'all, when I first got into this truck right here, this Cascadian, I was looking for the fuel deals because I was used to trying to find a cheap fuel. And I was like, you know what? I ain't got to do that no more. I don't have to worry about the fuel. I don't have to worry about truck payment. I don't have to worry about insurance. I don't have to worry about trailer rental. They was also charging me escrow, like 4 cents a mile for the trailer, how far you go. And you paying the trailer maintenance and insurance. Like, why are you charging me trailer rental and 4 cents on a mile for trailer, trailer maintenance? The maintenance should be coming out of the trailer rental, you know, and that's the first company I ever did a lease for. They was charging trailer rental and also 4 cents per mile. That didn't make any sense. Didn't make a bit of sense. They were just hitting us in the head, knocking us out. A lot of drivers complaining about that. You double charging. Anyway, like I said, so I was like, you know what? It's time to come back a company driver, let this stuff go. I like being an owner operator. Do what you want to do, pretty much, and run your business. And I ran my business tight. When I did the field, I did it by the load. If I found cheap field, I fill it up at the beginning of the week, and then I start watching my field the middle of the week and start just putting enough in it so when I won't have a tank full of fuel, maybe one notch from the E, from when the cutoff period was. So I was strict on the cutoff periods, stopping my fuel and everything, had enough fuel just to, you know, do my next load, wait till I get the next load, start the new load. So I was real on top of that. But the question y'all wanted to know, and for all y'all that want to know, just getting into trucking, you do not want to lease, because these companies, let me say, like these companies with all these leases, you think they're good, but they want you to pay for that truck. They got them trucks and they want you to pay for them. So if they can put a driver like you in it, you run it, you ain't making no money, but you're making that truck payment, that's all that matters to them. So I could have came back over here and leased a brand new 2022 or 2023. I'm in a 2022. I don't want the headaches right now. Now, maybe later on, if the economy get better, fuel go down. Even though fuel went down some, it ain't enough. You spend more of your money that you make is in fuel. Really in fuel. You know, some of y'all don't know about the load board. So you know what? I'm going to share the load board with you because I still can get on the load board. All right. So what we're going to do, let me give you a little class on how to find your load. So let me grab my other phone. I would go to the load board and show y'all what we was against owner operators. So, and lease drivers, they both the same. Anyway, let me get the other phone going. We'll see you in a little bit. Y'all, welcome to the DAT board. This is what they call the DAT board, and this is what we had to use. So I'm gonna edit this. This is another one I was looking at. We're gonna say looking from Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. Let me put Savannah in here. Savannah, Georgia. Trying to keep this focus and look at the same time. Go back. So I had to keep going back because I didn't have the free one. So as y'all can see right here, Savannah, Georgia. Go out 100 miles to anywhere. So let's do a search for the day. There's 79 loads on this board right now. So, like, look at this one right here. Las Vegas, from Savannah to Las Vegas, trying to keep the camera focused. Let me bend this back a little bit. Maybe this will work. Hold on, I got to go back. All right. Say that one from right there. They want you to go right here, 2,205 miles, only paying $3,800. Hell, that ain't even enough for the fuel. And then just think about it. I wouldn't get that much if I ran that. I get 88%. Some companies give you 75%. Let's stroll up and look some more. I'm just giving y'all. Now, here's one from Pooler, Georgia. 622 miles going to Jacksonville, Tennessee. That's not bad, 2,500. But there's some stepicals to it. You know what it is? It's probably a couple of drops. So that's why, let me turn this AR. That's probably why is paying that much. It probably had about 10 drops, and I'm literally saying 10 drops, maybe 5. But that's not, there's something up with that load right there. You want to go back further into Georgia? No, 312 miles paying $950. See, they're going to pay a little better going back into Florida because they know that's more you got to dead out, and you're not going to make more. So I think every time I move this thing, it's a little blurry. Las Vegas. All right, so here's one. Look at this. Port Wentworth, Georgia. 1,000. Now, this is how far I'm from there. 1,000. Wait a minute, I'm 7 miles. I'm sorry, 7 miles right here, as y'all can see. And the trip is 1,192 miles. They only paying $2,700. That is terrible. Try to find some more. Yeah, now, see, that pay is good. But you're going further down in Florida, you got to deadhead out. It's not even worth it. It's not nothing getting something to go further down in Florida. And it's probably got 2 or 3 drops when it's paying like that. All right, here's another one. Look at this. Savannah, Georgia to Fort Worth, Texas. 1,067 miles, only paying $1,450. Now, I'm just going to show y'all what that's going to pay y'all. Okay, so it's going 1,000 something miles. Watch this. Let me get this calculator. 1,450. Y'all can see right here. Times 88%. We're going with what I was making. 88%. That's 1,200. We're going to say, how many miles? Let me think about it. Okay, 1,000 something miles. I'm just going to say you're going to spend about 800 in fuel. Probably more than that. You see what that leave you? You spend 800 in fuel, $476. Is it worth that? No, this is ridiculous. This is a joke. And the brokers are taking all the loads. The brokers is making all the money off of this. That load probably paying $3,000 to go to Texas or more. Look at this. Who wants to go to Buffalo, New York? You're going to have all them tolls. Look at that. 907 miles only paying $2,200. And you're going to spend a lot of money on fuel and tolls going up north. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I just kind of want to give y'all an idea. Look at this right here. Now, this is a good one right here. Savannah, Georgia to Fort Worth. 1,067 miles. They're only paying $1,300 and weighing 42,000. You're going to burn a lot of fuel. That is crazy. These brokers need their face slapped. Anyway, let's get out of this. This make me sick. Anyway, I kind of wanted to show y'all some of that. You know, a lot of people don't share the rates. Don't share what, they talk about. Don't be an owner operator. They don't show what's going on, really. That's why I wanted to show y'all on the load board. There's some other load boards, but that's the load board we was using. That's the load board I was using, the company was using. And that's the, there's some other load boards, but they ain't no better. They ain't no better. I'm just putting it out there. So, yeah, if you're thinking about being a lease driver, right now is not the good time to be a lease driver. I'm just putting it out there, telling you, giving it to you. If you want to go somewhere, be a company driver. Now, to touch a little bit of basis on company driving. If you've been out here driving, I've been driving 23 years. Every time January come and the year changes, that's how many years I've been driving. So when January 2024 comes, that means I've been driving 24 years in January. So easy for me to remember. I started in 2000 of January. But if you've been out here 23 years or lesser or more than me, a lot of these companies want to break it down to 40-some cents a mile, 45, 50 cents a mile. That ain't enough to pay me for what I know and my experience. And if I got a good record, I'm not going for it. To me, a driver should be making somewhere between 60 to 75 cents a mile, even 80 cents a mile. Hell, I wish I could get 85 cents a mile. A lot of them don't want to pay it. There's some companies paying 75 cents a mile, but they want you to stay out 2 and 3 weeks. I'm not staying out 2 or 3 weeks unless I choose to. Let me choose if I want to stay out 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes I stay out 2 weeks. Sometimes I want to go home, depending on how I feel and what kind of week I had. So, but if a company offers you 45 cents a mile, 40-something cents a mile, and you got the experience, you Don't do it. Do not do it. Because they are not paying you for what you're worth. Drivers, we worth a lot. Because a lot of people want drivers. A lot of people wants to do what we do. Everybody can't do what we do. So like I said, you got to be, if you know, 20-something years on up. Hell, if you 15, if you're 10 years, I'll be asking for 60 cents, 65 cents a mile, you know. Over here, I make 60 cents a mile. It's not enough. I'm crying. I want to be up to 75 cents a mile. I think I deserve 75 cents. Matter of fact, I know I deserve 75 cents a mile because of my experience. And the experience I got, my talent for driving, and, you know, putting up with some of these four-wheelers out here that just cut us out and do all kinds of crazy things, and then you got to drive for them. So you got to watch out for yourself and them. So, yes, I deserve 75 cents, maybe 80 cents a mile. So I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all drivers agree with me. But anyway, with that said, so yes, the topic, back to the topic. No, do not be a lease owner operator. Even some of the drivers that got that truck paid for is catching it, because with the fuel and with the freight paying, even though that truck paid for, they still got a high insurance, you know, if they got their own rights and stuff. And it's really bothering with, like, when you making all this money, but it's all going into fuel, it's all going into insurance, it's all going in your truck maintenance. I'm gonna tell you another thing that woke me up too. I'm looking at my tires and I'm like, I'm going to need some tires pretty soon. Tires ain't cheap for a semi. In case y'all wonder, I'm going to school you on that. Front tire might, if you can catch a deal, you might get about $400 a tire for the front ones, and maybe about six good ones, $500 or $600 for the back tires. So y'all know we got 2 tires in the front, we got 8 in the back. So you just add it up. I ain't going to add that up for you. Matter of fact, it might be too high for you even to add up. Anyway, it's a lot of money. And if you own a trailer, or you got to put tires on the trailer, that's even more money. Is it worth it? No. If we was making the money like we was making back in the days, was it worth it? Yes. I say, be a company driver somewhere. Let's see how this economy gonna change. Some got to break. Some got to give. I said that backwards. Some got to give so something can break. So, you know, to all my owner operators out there, more power to you. Hang in there as much as you can hang in there. If you can't hang in no more, don't hold your head down. There's no shame. If you got to turn the truck back in, turn it back in. If you got to park the truck and go somewhere as a company driver, there's no shame. But live. What I mean live is don't keep nickel and diming your truck. And y'all know what that means. Older drivers, nickel and diamonds, where, like I was doing, just putting enough in there for fuel. When it was time to end the trip, I'll be almost out of fuel, watching every dime I spend. You still got to do that and be, put money back towards the truck. But if you ain't got money you're putting back towards the truck, you can't put nothing back to the truck because you're paying the bills and this. It's not worth doing it. Park that joker, get that truck back if you ain't finished paying for it. Don't be ashamed. Go as a company driver. It's less headaches. I don't have the headaches like I do no more. I don't go to the fuel pump and say I'm only getting this much fuel because this load only paying this much, and I don't want to overdo it with the fuel. Don't tell the company, shh, but I fill it up every time. If I stop and get fuel, I fill it all the way up. My DEF don't even be almost out. I fill it up. If I'm like way over half a tank and I start and get fuel, I'm filling it up. I fill it up. I run the truck. I'm going to be comfortable. Man, y'all, I was doing everything I could to save. Y'all know I had a generator on the back of my truck. So when it was cold, I had a heater and I run that generator and I'm toting gas back and forth, putting in generator, trying to save. Doing everything I say, cooking in the truck. I still do the cooking in the truck now. Don't get me wrong now. I'm a chef at heart now. But anyway, doing anything I could to save. Now, I ain't cutting the truck off. Like right now, I got the truck running. It's hot. Why am I cut it off? Now, if it's cool, I cut it off. But if it's hot, I'm gonna be comfortable. So right now, it's hot out here. Let me see. 95 degrees. You think I'm thinking to cut this truck off? If it was my truck, I probably would and put the things in the window and let some air. But no, I'm gonna be comfortable. I deserve to be comfortable for what I went through in the last couple of months with trying to be a lease owner operator. So yes, I enjoy to be comfortable. So with that said, like I said, don't owner operators, the ones that's doing lease, think about it. If the company driver is making more than you making, you need to park that truck and be a company driver at that company. I'm just telling you like it is. It's the truth. If the company driver, and I'm pretty sure in the long run, in the month, the company driver is probably making more than you making. You might not want to admit it. Your brain might be telling you something different. But if you got all them expenses, the company driver making more than you making in a month. So just get a truck back. Don't be ashamed. If you can stay in that truck as a company driver and say, hey, can I just switch this to a company driver? Go ahead. The company told me that I was doing a lease from, I can do that. But I know when I was a company driver, I was doing a lot of sitting. So I'm like, if I go as a company driver, I want to stay in my truck because I got it all fixed up, crimson tied down. But I'm going to be doing a lot of sitting. You know, I said as a company driver, what changes now? And the economy worse. The load's worse. And it's going to be even worse. So I said, no, y'all can have it back. Take the whole truck. I'm gone. I'm going somewhere where I know I can make some miles. And I've been doing pretty good here. I get to go home. If I want to stay out 2 weeks, I stay out. If I want to go home, I cry and tell them, hey, I'm going home this week. They be wanting you to stay out. And I tell them I ain't running this. And I ain't running no California and all that. I'm not running up. The furthest I want to go is Texas. I'll do Ohio and all that, Wisconsin and all that. I don't have no problem with that because that's where I'm used to running. And I ain't doing that stuff going to Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, all that. I ain't going that far. The farthest I probably go is Virginia. That's it. And I tell them, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. That's the attitude that I got, y'all, because I deserve it. I earned it. And yes, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I ain't going to do. I let them know this before I come to the company. So if there's any problems, any discrepancy, y'all already knew from the get-go. So I'm just being real, y'all. I'm just being real. I'm just in that attitude and that mindset that when I want to get home, I want to get home. When I want to go here, I want to go here. If I don't want to go there, I ain't going there. That's just the mindset I got, y'all. And I hate to be that way, but sometimes companies will run over you if you let them. And I can't let them do that because I earned the right to say what I'm going to do and what I ain't going to do. That's just me. Some of y'all might feel the same way I am. Y'all OGs that been y'all OGs like me, OG truckers that been in for a long time, know what I'm talking about. They ain't gonna take no mess. They ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna do that. And that's just how it is. That's how we OGs roll. You know. That's how we OG. Shout out to all the OGs in trucking. Y'all remember when they used to say you got to get 2 years under your belt and you won't be green no more. A lot of y'all don't know that saying, but the OGs know about it. And we done put our time in when we've been not green for a long time. So yes, we can talk junk. We can tell these companies what we gonna do, what we ain't gonna do. Now, here's my thought on, and it's a long video because I need to make it long so I can tell the people that's coming into trucking or just getting into it about doing the lease thing. Now, here's my thought. If you want to, they've been trying for years to shut the trucking industry down and to get the economy back like it's supposed to and get gas prices down, get the brokers to stop stealing all the money and all that and so on. Y'all, you ain't going to get everybody to stop. First of all, you're not going to get the company drivers to stop all of them because they're going to say, well, you know, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm a company driver. I'm not an owner operator. And I got a family to feed, so I got to do this. You got some owner operators ain't going to stop me. Hey, my truck paid for it, but I got to keep moving. I can't miss a beat. It's only one way to stop everybody. Company drivers, owner operators, and you tell me if I'm wrong in that, but if you stop the fuel trucks, say it again, BKM, if you stop the fuel trucks, how we going to get fuel? That shuts down everybody. Owner operators, lease drivers, and company drivers. If you can get the fuel trucks to stop where people cannot get fuel, and if they stop with the gas, some people can't make it to work because they're running out of gas. That's all it takes to shut this trucking industry down. You got drivers over here in this State now doing, they banning, they not pulling no freight and everything, but you got to get everybody to do it together. And that's hard to get everybody to do together. That's the truth. Y'all know it, drivers. But if you shut down them fuel trucks where nobody can get fuel, that's the way you stop the whole world from moving. The whole truck world. You stop the fuel. So y'all think about it. And you tell me, comment below. Because I know I'm right. Other than that, they've been trying this for years. Stop truckers from going here and there, and did shutting down and all that. It's been going on for, and the people that have been driving longer than me, 30 and 40 years, know about it. It's been happening before my time. And it's been happening through my time, and it never was successful. That's just the truth. It never was successful. And the key was to shut down the fuel trucks. If you can shut down them fuel trucks, or the fuel trucks shut down, something got to change, because nobody getting no fuel, nobody getting no gas. Somebody got to do something. That's when I think, y'all truck drivers, us truck drivers, that's when we get our demands. Shut down the fuel trucks. Give you something to think about, huh? I appreciate it. Anyway, with that said, y'all, we're going to end this video. If you're new to the channel, think about hitting that like. No, don't think about hitting that like. Hit that like, that thumbs up. Give me a big thumbs up, because, hey, I spend a lot of time to get my point across to these new drivers that don't know about this. So give me a thumbs up. And, hey, think about subscribe. We do all kinds of stuff on this channel. We do Mustang stuff, content, because we're in a Mustang club. We do karaoke. We do truck videos. I do a drive video every week of where I drive to. That's just what we do here, y'all. So, back to the question again. Do you want to become an owner-operator? No. Be a company driver. Let's see what happens later on in the economy, and be happy. Make money. Go out there and make all the money you can make. Make it. Don't spend it all and not making any, and can't take care of your family or buy anything or do anything because all your money going into a lease. You just paying for the company's truck that they bought. Don't do that. Not right now. When it gets better, then I say, okay, go ahead and do a lease if you're going to stay in it for a while. Because I might even go back to a lease if the economy changes. But if it don't change and it's still the same way it is, I'm staying a company driver, because I don't want them headaches. They don't feel too good. Anyway, with that said, y'all know what it is. Stay in life, truck life, bam, and 18-wheeler life. We out of here. Peace.